This could be the next Samsung Galaxy S. The very reputable OnLeaks has released renders of the next Galaxy S and S Ultra. They could be named the S21 or S30 because who knows what Samsung will name them. For the purposes of this video, I'm going to say S21. Let's start off with the regular S21. The front of the device is fairly unremarkable. It seems to be pretty much the same as the Galaxy S20. OnLeaks says the S21 would have a 6.2-inch flat display. We're looking at an edge-to-edge screen with a hole-punch camera on the top. That's right, no under-the-display camera here. Cue the sad trombone. Then there's the back. The S20 and the Note 20 both have a big old camera bump. It looks like somebody glued a domino to the back of the phone. It could be better. The S21 could be smoothing out things a little bit. In the render, the camera bump seems to be more integrated into the body. Instead of the glued-on domino look, we're looking at the camera housing kind of melding into the side. The flash is outside of the bump. It's integrated into the back of the phone instead of being part of the camera assembly. Now let's look at the big dog, the S21 Ultra or the S30 Ultra. Again, I'm going to stick to S21 Ultra for clarity's sake. The front. Ooh, it looks the same as it ever did. However, OnLeaks says that the 21 Ultra has slightly curved edges. The display is somewhere between 6.7 and 6.9 inches. So let's go round back. It looks perfectly normal, except for a massively huge camera bump with 4 cameras. Like the 21 Ultra has a camera housing that seems to curve to the side. However, unlike the 21, the flash is part of the camera assembly. Reports have swirled that the Note and the S could merge. OnLeaks says the 21 Ultra does not have an S Pen slot built in. That does not mean the 21 will not support the S Pen. The S Pen will just have to find a new home if it worked with the 21. And the last bit of news from OnLeaks is that the S21 and Ultra will launch in January of 2021. Does that mean that they'll ship in that month? Maybe, but that would be a big change from previous releases. If we're talking about a new flagship Samsung phone, we're probably talking about a new Qualcomm Snapdragon to power it. Will the next system on a chip be ready for January? Well, Qualcomm will be holding an event on December 1st, so it's probable that something like a Snapdragon 875, which does not exist yet, will power the S21. The last Snapdragons did not integrate a 5G modem in the design. Maybe the next generation will do that. Integrated modems usually lead to better efficiency, meaning better battery life. Anyway, it's kind of funny. The Galaxy S line has become so refined. Over the past few generations, it borders on boring. It always has a really nice design, really great cameras, and lots of power. Samsung has really been pushing the envelope with its other lines, like the Z Flip and the Z Fold. The S, not so much. It's solid, but there's nothing wrong with that. The S will eventually get an under-the-display camera, and that will make it stand out a little bit in the future. As for the back of the device, I say it needs more cameras. 3 or 4 is not enough. Let's go for broke. Let's have 21 cameras for the S21. Why would you need 21 cameras? Because more is better. I'm just kidding. I know that phone companies hate the idea of making phones thicker, but I think there's a better way to come to terms with the amount of space the camera assembly needs. The original Google Pixel had a wedge design, so there was no camera bump. I thought that was a great compromise that should have continued. Then there's the LG Velvet, which also rethought its camera design, one protruding lens, and the others were flush with the body. Are these nitpicks? Yeah, like I said, the S line is so refined that it doesn't need a lot of improvements. If these images are accurate, I applaud Samsung for trying something new with that camera design. The market for pricey phones seems to be diminishing, so we'll have to see where the S line lands next year. If the Samsung phones aren't doing it for you, check out that new iPhone. It added magnets, true innovation. I'm Ayaz Akhtar, and I'll see you online.